gonna do it the same setup. Hey, what's up? It's your boy DJL7. As you know, I'm interviewing activists from all over the country, but here I have, well, I don't even want to say local because it makes you feel like it's kind of like small, but this guy's monster in the game, goes to a lot of different, high-profile events. Super excited to have him on the program today. In fact, in New York City, if I had to choose one of the top activists in New York City, this is definitely my go-to guy. And a lot of people not enough people know about that. But if you're out here on the streets working it, you'll recognize this guy. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself right quick.
Hey DJ, I'm Zool. I'm an artist, activist, producer, and I'm involved with a lot of groups here in the city and around the country. Everything from Julian Assange, Code Pink, Mumia Coalition, Jewish Voices for Peace, Veterans for Peace, World Beyond War, and we're organizing a new chapter of World Beyond War called NYC Rising Together for World Beyond War. And we're putting on an event this coming Sunday, the 19th. It's called the Day of Engagement. You can find out everything you need to go at risingtogether.info. That's .info, risingtogether.info, Sunday the 19th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. It'll be on Facebook Live. But man, it's in Foley Square, Thomas Paine Park, down where the courthouses are, 4506, the Brooklyn Bridge, City Hall. And we're bringing together a very broad coalition of folks, again, from Black Lives Matter, Code Pink, Extinction Rebellion, Vets for Peace. Come on down, come as a contingent, bring your banners, your signs, your lit, your merch. We want to see you there. Bring your chairs, be ready to say a word, warm up your singing voice, bring your guitars, your juice up, whatever you got, man.
Sure. I want to ask you something. Okay, so as an activist, right? My channel is really to help other activists or people who might need an activist, things like that. So, in your experience, let's go to your experience right quick. Well, how'd you get started in the activism, genre or game right here? What got you into it?
Well, I was very, very young, and my folks had been involved in the civil rights movement, and so I was really interested. And I was a little boy, not actually getting older, during the Vietnam War. So at the age of 13, I joined the student mob against the war in Vietnam. And then not long after that, as I was getting ready for my bar mitzvah, I started asking questions about Israel, and I got real interested in that. And I became anti-Zionist at a very young age, to believe in a free Palestine then. Got very involved with the radio station WBAI, 99.5 FM here in New York, WBAI.org, part of the Pacifica network, the 5 sister stations across the country. And boy, that turned me on to any number of things. And then in the 80s, I got involved with a group that came out of that called WBAI Listeners Action on Housing and Homelessness. We did all kinds of amazing things with that. One of them was part of this Housing Now campaign that's culminated in a march and a rally of over 1 million people on the Mall in DC in 1989. And leading up to that, we did a New Exodus March, which included about 500 almost entirely homeless men and women marching from New York City down to DC. Which hurricane was it? I don't remember, but it took us a month, and it was an incredible thing. And I was part of, I was field producer for a national radio documentary called Housing Now, The Journey Home. We won big awards for that. But I've been involved in the movies and in many things since
I appreciate
then. Always in the triage freedom movement. We want to see people with any size boat, afloat. But all those folks who are shipwrecked, we got to get them afloat.
Appreciate that. So you can see the depth of the experience, and he's not even, there's more stuff he works on to this day. He doesn't have time to get into all the depth of his experience, but I'm telling you, this guy's a real OG. Now, that's fact. Now, as with your experience in activism, what are some of the most effective things that activists can do from your perspective?
Listen to one another. Recognize that, politics is personal. How you behave means a lot more than what you say. treat people as people. We all have flaws, but we all have talents, and we can get together. We need to know one another. We need to get together. We got to talk to one another. We got to listen to one another. We got to make space for each other to get involved with one another. Try not to get lost in the trap of personality conflict. We have different personalities. Always try to put, eyes on the prize. And eyes on the prize essentially means, you want to be part of the 1%, the 0.001% that owns everything on, under, or above the earth. Listen, you want to be part of that tiny, tiny, tiny minority that's taking a fling in outer space right now at the expense of the rest of us? Okay, but you know what? The 99% and growing are rising together, and they're not going to stand for it, man. You don't want to give us enough to eat. You don't want us to feed our children. We can't have adequate shelter, clothing. We're going to have inferior housing. We're going to have brutal policing. And it doesn't matter where on earth you are now. Hey, DJ,
Okay.
you and I, we start sneezing here in New York City. People catch cold in Tokyo tomorrow and they drop dead in Dakar the following day. It's a tiny little blue-green globe, mostly water. We shouldn't call it the earth, we should call it the water. But here we are. And in terms of climate chaos, what do we got according to the climate change clock at Union Square? 6 years, 118 days, counting down? I don't know. But if you're black and brown, young, sitting in a jail, what do you got? A few days, a couple of months? Come on. If you're in Afghanistan right now, you don't have till the morning. Children starving in Yemen, they don't have till tonight.
I'm with you, man. Nothing to lose, man. Let's move it forward, for real. Now, with your experience, there's a lot of people who join different organizations. They want to make a change. Sometimes these people get, discouraged by things going on in the organization or whatever. Sometimes people are frustrated by things going on and they quit, right? What are some of the things that some suggestions you have for different people in organizations who are going through a struggle, who want to maybe, still achieve things? What are some things that they could look for to make sure that the organization is really serving them correctly?
DJ, I don't think you could ask a better question than that. And
Yeah.
and here's the
Because,
classic.
right, you said earlier, right, you said it's external forces, but you said now it's internal forces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. For the most part, the enemy's within. We've internalized this culture, and it's killing us in so many ways. We've been turned into machines. We have lost our humanity in so many ways. But listen, you're on an airplane. There's turbulence. Oxygen goes out. The mask comes out. You got to put yours on first, man. You can't help the kids. You can't help the parents. You can't help each other if you don't take care of yourself first. Your health, your mental health, your emotional well-being, your physical health, this is the key to being a lifelong activist. There are people, they work their asses off. They can do it for a few years. They can do it for a decade. They can't do it forever. You can do it forever. Nutrition, man. What are you eating? What's your connection with food? Are you alienated from nature? Do you know that you're a part of nature? That you're just cosmic dust? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you putting your most basic needs first? This is very important.
All right.
Nutrition, exercise, meditation, stress reduction, toxicity reduction, all of that. Make that a very important day, the most important part of your day, and you can work all day long, man. Get yourself.
I agree. Physical fitness is a big part of this game. And the
then-
thing, yeah, I agree. I'm 100% about that.
Get yourself a cold press, vertical slow juicer. Start your day, no matter how early, earlier the better. Get yourself some organic carrots, beets, greens, pineapple, green apple, garlic, turmeric, ginger, man. Go crazy.
I got a blend deck mixer. I got a blend tech. I got a commercial mixer because I do juice. Yeah.
Okay. You're the first sip, you can say delicious. Second, you go, wow. Third, you're out the door, man, and you're
Yeah.
good for the day.
One thing that's really cool about you is you know how to not just do the work, which is honestly sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's tough, sometimes but you make it fun to be at the event. You make me want to come back again. You make me happy to see you. Anytime I see you at an event, I know it's gonna be a good time. How do you find like that like through the struggle, like you see all the pain and suffering, but how do you manage to keep right that positive spirit and be that friendly face to others? Because sometimes I struggle with that, honestly.
Right. Well, life is a balance, man. Your emotions, your feelings are real. You got to respect them in others. You got to respect them in yourself. Don't repress them. Don't suppress them. Feel your feelings. Go through them. You got to know them. You got to be real about that. But listen, if you have experience and you see the world as it is, who you are as you are, that's called self-realization. Rilke called, the age of 22, the age of illumination. Some people reach it real young. Some people will never reach it. But you need self-realization to know who you are and where you are in the world and what you can do. And if you're lucky enough, you go from that to self-actualization. What does that mean? That means you can do just about everything that you want to do, because reality, man, one hand is joy. The other hand is the horror of this world that we live in. Both are real. They coexist. There's joy, there's horror every moment. And if you can see in your joy that there are horrors and recognize that, and if you can see through the horror that there's joy, you can live a balanced life.
I like that, man. Those are wise words. Just a couple more questions. First of all, you're super awesome. I want the people to follow you, right? What you have Twitter? Do you have like we have the Facebook group going on, Rising Together, right? Yeah. How can people follow you? Trust me, guys. This is definitely something you want to follow. How can people?
Well, we've got all the social media up. If they go to risingtogether.info, in the top left-hand corner, they'll see the icons for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. But we need a lot of help with that. I mean, we've had a lot of young people come forward, commit to helping with those things. But listen, I don't know how you guys do it. If you're under 30 these days, you got 2 jobs, you got kids, you got parents, it's very, very hard, man. So, it's tough for people to follow through. So we really need volunteers, particularly in these arenas. Social media is a big part of it. Go register at risingtogether.info. You'll have an opportunity to put down your interests, your skills. If you can help us with the social media, we really need that. Because this Global Pacifica broadcast, I've got the money. We've been guaranteed the cost of the radio production, about 15 grand. It's
Ooh.
part of a 3-to-1 match. We haven't met the match. We want to meet that match before we set a date for this broadcast. But a couple of the other goals are, we want to have a minimum of 1,500 followers on Facebook, 1,500 on Twitter, 500 on Instagram, maybe 2,500 on Instagram, because I know that's the go-to for a lot of young people. Maybe 2,000 on TikTok, because these little I'm a whistleblower for justice people on planet videos, we want them to go viral. We've got my young friend Jasmine Roberts, who's a housing organizer. Unfortunately, right now she's sitting in Westchester County Prison, but we got a beautiful little video of her. You'll see her up on the website. And, hopefully soon, Daniel Ellsberg wants to do one. We're expecting all kinds of people doing them. Martin Sheen to Jane Fonda, all kinds of folks. But most of all, we want the young people to do these things, get involved with all of that as they choose. Use their talents, use their skills. Come out and join us Sunday the 19th, Foley Square, New York City.
This is what a mature activist answer sounds like. They're always trying to push the next thing. They're always right. They're very detail oriented, right? People who are just new, they don't really understand the nuances, but the nuances are very important. So just pay attention. Maybe you want to rewatch this video, just to really understand how. Maybe you can compare his answers towards maybe other people, and just really, this is what an activist is supposed to sound like. So that was wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
That's important, DJ. Details, the planning, exact information. We're also quick to abbreviate. Not everybody knows your abbreviation. Spell it out, man. Give the location, give the exact location. Take the time to find the exact address. Find the cross streets. Find the subway information, man. Get that all out, right?
Yeah.
This is very, very important. Every single detail. Nothing is going to happen the way you planned it. But the more planning you put into it, the easier you're going to move and make those changes and build and build and build. And that's what we're here for. Listen, I'm about to turn 66. I feel as good as I did at 13. But who knows what we got? You know, I could get hit by a bus, cop could put a bullet through my head. This is happening. So we got to make the best of every moment we got. And this is what life is. You breathe in, that's new life. You exhale, that could be the end, man.
That could be your last breath, man. You never know. Yeah. So the last question that I have is, right, what's the plans for the future? And by the way, just quick plan for the future. I'm talking to a student tonight from John Jay. I already have the emails to every single student government. I think that if you need some help with social media, I think that would be a perfect thing for students who are looking for an internship or something like that. A lot of people have plans to go into social media, you know, that type of as a job career. What a way to start from a job. I wish I had these opportunities. That's an amazing thing. So I will definitely try to get some people on that. But and also another thing that I like about Zool, just before I just want to squeeze this in before I ask his last question about what your future plans is. I love how his plans are not just to do the event, which is already above and beyond, right? Yeah, besides these quality speakers, right, the organizations that you already know, and also the but still remaining open to everybody, right? An amazing level of openness, transparency, and just not only, but I mean not transparency, but accessibility, right? An unprecedented level of accessibility. But it's followed by a film that's going to be promoting the. It's not enough to just go out and march. It has to continue on, and this guy is there week after week after week at the Assange Vigil, right? They've been going on for years now. This guy is there again and again and again, yeah, and that's what it takes to win in this game. So respect to Zool. You see him here for 5 minutes. I'm telling you, this guy's been again and again. You can't stop him, and that's my type of activist. So what's the plans for the future, man? How can people get on board?
Well, let me just say, DJ, you're a hell of an organizer yourself, and you're now officially on the organizers committee.
Thank
so
you.
Expect to see you on the Zoom call on Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern. But a lot of the young folks that you're going to be talking to, we need them on the social media committee. We've got a lot of great people on it, from Sophie and Presley and Jack from Extinction Rebellion, Edwin De Jesus.
I know him.
Okay, from
Astoria.
Housing, the NYC fight, which is an important fight.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, housing in New York, man, Jesus, police brutality in New York. We're discussing all that. So we want to bring people in the day of engagement. Join us this Sunday, the 19th, 11 to 5, down in Foley Square, risingtogether.info. Register online, come on down. Whatever, we'll be building for a much bigger event. I'll let out a few things. We haven't put it in the media advisory yet. We sent one out today, but you're going to see people from Code Pink, like Medea Benjamin, one of the founders. But you're going to see a lot of the younger women, man. The younger women are amazing too. Moses Hernandez McGavin, she's down in Atlanta now, graduate school, divinity student. But some of her comrades, her sisters and brothers, and all our relations will be there. Mimi Rosenberg will be one of our MCs. We're going to excuse Johanna Fernandez for this Sunday for other reasons, but she'll be with us on the Global Pacifica broadcast. You're going to see Pam Africa from the Mumia Coalition. You're going to hear from Randy Credico and others on Assange. You're going to hear the Raging Grannies. We're going to teach you about longevity, man.
Raging Grannies, hell yeah.
Okay. Women on Black, in Black on Palestine. I mean, a lot of these folks are going to be there. Who else? I'm going to drop the name Chris Hedges. All right. So I'm not expecting Cornell West this Sunday, but who knows? Definitely will be there for the global broadcast, as well as so many other people. John Kane.
Yo, the Yellow Brick Road, you guys better show up, man. I know people in D.C. Yo, I would travel for this event. This is hot.
I spoke to Sonia Sanchez, one of our great poets, and asked her not to come because, for a lot of people, it's not yet time to travel. But Sonia will be there for the global broadcast, as many people will be, at a date to be announced. So 11 to noon is going to be sacred ceremony, land acknowledgement, recognition of the African burial ground across the street. Ralph Pointer is organizing with some drummers, with Zaid Muhammad. There'll be libation. There'll be some radical Catholic and Christian priests. There will be a Jewish cantor leading Hine Matovu Manayim, which means how wonderful when people get together in harmony. There'll be an imam.
This is the event I've been waiting for. Damn it! This is the event I've been waiting for real, man. I'm so excited, man.
Noon to 4, there'll be what we call the Intermix, where it'll start out with a great big sing-along led by Claire Willen of the Poor People's Campaign, Which Side Are You On? And then there's just going to be a whole mix of short speeches, poetry, dance, music of all sorts. So show up 4 to 5. It'll be a DJ'd world liberation music dance party. Break out those dancing shoes, go barefoot, whatever. We're gonna have a good time. Bring food to share. There will be food trucks there. If you don't bring your own food, a lot of us like to shop at the green markets and prepare and share our food with others. So bring what you like. Bring your chairs. Bring some tables. Most of all, bring your signs, your banners, your lit, and your willingness to engage with others, to tell people about the urgency of your issues, learn about the urgency of theirs, and let's build a coalition of coalitions.
I'm honored for you to be here today. You always treat me so well. This is one of the realest in New York City, no doubt, man. One of the top activists, and there's no question about it. Thank you so much, Zool, for your time. God bless.
RisingTogether.info.
I'm all about it, man. Rising together. God bless. Thank you.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these
We are
words
on all
is
the
beyond
major
doubt.
platforms. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Dailymotion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.